What's going on, YouTube? So today I have a katana made by Shadowdancer. This is called the Paulownia, and I just wanted to do a quick overview of this. So I figured we can kind of get into the fittings, the saya, the different customization options that I chose, and then I'll show you the blade and all that. But some background, I'm just a nerd. I enjoy the craftsmanship of katanas, and I just think they look sweet. So I am currently fixated on them, and I went from having 0 to 6 in the past month. So this specific sword was actually a kind of compensation for a previous Shadowdancer sword that I purchased from Swordus.com. So, if anybody's seen my other one, I did a review on my first Shadowdancer katana, and there was some good, there was some bad. It had a loose habaki. The tip of the last 4 inches of the tip were not sharpened, and it also had an area where the hamon ran off of the edge of the sword, and then it also had a small crack in the spine of the blade. So Volley, the owner, saw that review on Reddit actually, and sent me a message and said, "Hey, these look like serious issues." And so we kind of went back and forth, and he worked out compensation in the form of a coupon code. And so I used that coupon code to get this sword. So all that out of the way, let's just kind of talk about my thoughts on it. So when I originally kind of went down the rabbit hole of looking at swords and such on YouTube and Instagram and all that, it became really apparent that there are very specific manufacturers that are kind of a cut above the rest. Especially when it comes to custom katanas and really all of them. A lot of times you'll see the same fittings on katanas that are $150. Same fittings as swords that cost 5 times that. So I kind of got wise to looking at all of these websites and seeing all of the fittings that are on $1,000 swords and such, and you can tell that really the biggest differences are in the blade and the kind of attention to detail on the suka here. So I very quickly came across Shadowdancer, and the name stuck out, and just their fittings look great. I'm not a huge fan of the really kind of ornate, gaudy fittings. I really love the subdued look. Just something about it looks much more elegant than the finger painted silver and gold on messed up castings and such. So anyway, I went on Swordus and saw this katana, and I believe this was priced at around $410, and the different customizations that I did to it are, I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly what the layout of this is if you don't make any customizations, but essentially I had them do a battle wrap on the suka. I had them change the samegawa to black, and then I also this saya is not the one that comes with this sword. However, this is a saya that's offered by Shadowdancer, so I like it on this sword rather than the previous one that I got. So you can kind of get a sense of the saya quality that Shadowdancer offers. And then I also upgraded the Sageo and the Ito to Japanese silk. But let's just go ahead and kind of get into the fittings. So this is one of the things that I loved about this sword in particular, was the fittings. Look at how nice the casting is on that. It's incredible. Just amazing detail, zero muddiness. Now, I'm not a practitioner or anything, so I can't tell you whether or not this is digging into my hand. I've cut a few pool noodles with it, and I will say it is awesome. This also has Hishigami Pro in it, so as you see it, this sword was about $470. But if we look at the Samegawa, it's very nice. It actually has a mini Emperor node there. I'm not sure if you can see that. There we go. The wrap is pretty tight. Not the tightest I've seen, but it's pretty tight. It's tighter than the other sword that I got from them. The Manuki are really nicely done. Just the quality of that casting is great. And they're in there really tight, can't move them around. The transitions with the Kashra to the Ito is perfect. All the way down, or all the way up to the Fuchi. It's excellent. And the profile of the Suka is great. It's very thin. Doesn't feel axe handly. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Suba. And this katana has a Paulownia theme, which from what I understand is a tree, a flowering tree. And let's go ahead and take a look at the saya. So this saya has buffalo horn fittings. And it has an inlaid Samegawa. I'm not sure if this is real. It might be. And the Japanese silk Sageo is really nice. This is very, I'm pushing on it, trying to squeeze it, and it's got a lot of rigidity. It's very nice. The color is gorgeous. And then this is just a black lacquer here. It does show fingerprints. I don't really care. But it has a very nice fit to it. So did the saya that actually came with this sword, has a great fit to it. And it came with kind of the standard Sageo that you see on a lot of, $300 swords. So let's go ahead and move to the Seppa. It's just the same kind of brass Seppa that you see on everything else. The Suba, I think, is beautiful. It's very well done. It's iron. It's rounded edges everywhere. Nothing kind of sharp that gets your hand or anything. The Habaki, same as the other sword, is slightly loose, although I can't really show you that here, but I would say it's okay. Compared to the other one, this is perfect. And then let's go ahead and take a look at the blade. The important part that everybody wants to see, if I can get this to stand up. There we go. So this is a differentially hardened blade with a Suguha Hamon and their Sashikomi polish. And this Hamon, when you have this sword in the sun, it looks incredible. It's absolutely insane. I dig it a lot. The Kasaki is very nicely done. However, you can see this light is helping me out with this, but you can see that even with the Sashikomi polish, you can see some fine scratches in the finish, And this is certainly visible in real life under most lighting conditions. So it's not perfect, but it is very nice. And it's extremely sharp. I wouldn't say it's the sharpest sword that I have, but it is quite sharp. The flats of the blade are very flat. I mean, it's perfect. Perfectly straight. So, I don't really have anything else for you. I just wanted to get this overview out in case anybody else is looking at this sword. I think I'm going to start trying to upload some cutting videos in the future. You know, if the viewership goes up or anything, hopefully there's an audience for this. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. If you're looking at this sword, I do think it is worthwhile, although I'll close this out by saying that I'm completely aware of the controversy that's going on with Shadowdancer right now. And for those of you who aren't aware, they were caught advertising certain swords as being made out of a certain kind of steel, S5 in particular. And Matthew Jensen, another sword YouTuber, sent one of their swords out for testing, and it turns out it was not made out of S5. Later on, Shadowdancer released a statement saying they knew it wasn't S5 and they just wanted to be able to compete in the sword market since everybody else was offering it. So they completely admitted to, fraudulent advertising. I mean, I guess at least they admitted to it, but at the same time, it doesn't instill confidence as a customer. So I can't tell you I would be interested in purchasing another Shadowdancer Katana at any time. But the two that I currently have, I would say they're nice. This one is much nicer than the one that was at a higher price point, in my opinion. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Hope it was helpful. Peace.